And our last news story of the day, AJ, our very last news story before we quickly finish off with Throwback Thursday. Our last news story is about the upcoming Oppenheimer movie.
Oh, okay.
This is interesting because we all know that Nolan loves to shoot in IMAX. We all know that he loves to use, practical effects where possible. We know that Nolan makes a spectacle movie, but he's made a statement that has made me go, wow. It's James Cameron level, wow, what he's done here. Oppenheimer has zero CGI shots, according to Christopher Nolan. Nolan committed to practicality when telling this theatrical nuclear tale. Director Christopher Nolan has always been clear that he's not interested in using CGI to flex a big budget or create a spectacle. If possible, he prefers to use practical camera work more often than not to avoid having his work feel wholly unrealistic, employing effects only when necessary to make things feel seamless. With Oppenheimer, however, Nolan took on a massive challenge, recreating the testing of an atomic bomb. Speaking to Collider editor in chief Steve Frosty Weintraub, Nolan said that his latest film not only has a focus on practicality, but contains no CGI shots. Considering what Oppenheimer is aiming to do, that may seem quite the stretch to pull off. The film adapts the Pulitzer Prize winning book American Prometheus by Kai Bird and the late Martin J. Sherwin to tell the story of American physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, played in the film by the excellent Cillian Murphy, who is widely known as the father of the atomic bomb. Naturally, that means there will be scenes that showcase the devastation of an atomic bomb, especially when recreating the tests scientists performed in the desert to see the effects of their handiwork. Already, we knew that at least some of the work was going to be practical. Nolan previously detailed how the Oppenheimer team recreated the Trinity test, the first ever explosion of the nuclear bomb in the desert of New Mexico in 1945, entirely without CGI. That alone seemed like a monumental feat considering the logistical planning required to match the brilliance of the explosion described by the onlookers at the time of the real life blast. But Nolan pulled it off. It should be no shock considering the mountains his team has moved to make the film work, including creating a whole new technology to film the black and white sequence in IMAX. AJ, as if the excitement for this film wasn't high enough already. What do you make of Nolan's comments?
I can only but applaud it. It's something that we need to recognize that yes, CGI is there, but it doesn't have to be in everything. Now, if you, I mean, it helps that obviously there's a lot of trust in Christopher Nolan, so there's a lot of money involved and invested in the man to be able to create certain things, and you got to respect the studio for trusting in him to do such things. But I do like to feel that when you don't have CGI, it helps a film last that bit longer. It doesn't show its age because of improvements in technology. Real life is real life, you know. Obviously, quality of frame rates will improve. You know, we've gone from VHS to DVD to Blu-ray. I get all of that, but you know, let's take one of our silver screen favorite, Jurassic Park. The film feels timeless. Why? Because they're using real life. Another one of your favorites, the original Lord of the Rings. You use real life effects. You give people something that they can embrace. You give them something to appreciate. It looks real because guess what? It is real. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to flip it on the other side. CGI for the win. Let's go Matrix 2 in multiple Agent Smiths. It sucks. So if you can make history, recreate history with real life effects, nothing but applause and respect to you. And that is a true artist owning his craft. Respect to you, Nolan.
This is just another example of why you and me have both said he is the finest director working today based on his body of work in the 21st century. It also makes me laugh beyond belief that this amazing feat of a movie, as described in this article, should have been at Warner Brothers, but because Warner Brothers decided to do same day release on streaming as in theaters, Basically, Christopher Nolan gave them the middle finger and walked away. And yet I know there's still people on TikTok and Instagram going, streaming is the future. It's like, no, it's not. This argument has been going on since the dawn of time. TV is going to kill cinema. Didn't. VHS is going to kill cinema. Didn't. DVD is going to kill cinema. Didn't. Streaming is going to kill cinema. You know what? It took Christopher Nolan walking for the whole world to realize that, oh, wait. And then Top Gun Maverick came along and proved that money is to be made in cinemas, not on streaming. So much so that the GOAT, Steven Spielberg, turned around to Tom Cruise and went, you saved cinema. Cinema is where the money is, and it's only in a cinema screen, not on your crappy little, doesn't matter how much of a big screen you have at home or how good your sound system is, nothing will match seeing Oppenheimer in the theater. This is this proper cinema experience. I'm so excited for it. I am so excited for it. I can't tell you.
It looks like it's going to be a treat. As I said, the funny thing about this film is it's not going to be the winner of the summer.
No, Barbie will.
It's releasing the same day as Barbie. Barbie's going to take it, and it's a select group of people who are going to see this film. And I just hope it does well enough that it gives people enough trust to continue to make good movies. When I say good movies, I'm not knocking Barbie when I say that. I'm talking about films that are grounded and based in reality. We've got the blockbuster element, but don't be afraid to make another angular film. That's what I want to see.
You raise a fair point, which I'd like to address. Remember one thing with Nolan movies, they never open big. I know there's a lot of people saying like, oh, it's going to open to 100 million, 150 million. Never. And it's not because of Barbie. They've never done that. I think the biggest Christopher Nolan, I may be wrong on this, the biggest Christopher Nolan, he's never opened to 100 million ever. That I can tell you factually. His biggest ever opening, I believe, was either 64 or 74 million. On average, the last few Nolan movies have opened to 50 million. The thing about them is because they're so good, they have legs.
Yeah, I get that.
People will go and see this movie. But, you know, Nolan's movies aren't in the $1 billion club. That's not the type of movie he makes.
No.
You know, he treads a very, very clever line between being both a blockbuster and a big spectacle, but also being an Oscar darling. His movies usually get nominated. He's got this amazing niche of, here's a blockbuster, but it's so good that it's Oscar caliber. He's amazing at what.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But yeah, guys, are you excited for Oppenheimer? And what do you think of the news of there being no CGI? Leave your thoughts in your comments below.